This company made me millions. What's up guys, it's Brian Tran. Welcome back to the channel. And in this episode, I wanted to share with you guys one of the companies that I own that has made me millions, and I'm positive has made many of our clients hundreds, if not millions of dollars as well. So let's get right into it. The company that I'm referring to today is called the VA Hub. And what the VA stands for is virtual assistants. But we're much more than that, because a lot of our clients hire them for number of things, right? Not just assistant work. So the VA Hub is a company that sources labor and people from outside of the United States. The reason why we do that is because in the United States, hiring an assistant or hiring staff can be very expensive. Not to mention that in America, we got payroll taxes, we have HR compliance. There's just so many things that makes hiring people so difficult. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Sometimes I get hit with EDD bills. I don't even know what it is, right? And I have to get my attorney involved. It just becomes a whole mess. And so the VA Hub was created to provide high quality assistance at an affordable price. And it's just simple, no hidden fees, none of these laws that you have to follow when you hire in the US. And you have to realize that just because you're hiring somebody from the third world country doesn't mean you're getting third world service. If you traveled as much as I have and you've been to many countries, you realize that there are great talent across the world. And that America, although it is one of the best countries in the world, there are great people that you can hire in Argentina, Colombia, Philippines, Vietnam, China, and of course, India. So that's exactly what we aimed out to do. Now here's the twist. We are a US-based company that sources virtual assistants from other countries. Why does that matter? Well, because a lot of our competitors, a lot of the companies that I even worked with, they were, for example, in the Philippines, they were a Philippines-based company giving me Filipino VAs. And that's cool and all, because at the end of the day, the VAs were great. But when it came time to paying credit cards and all the payment processing, sometimes they had a typhoon, it became virtually impossible to contact somebody. But because we are a US-based company, you can always reach us, you know where to find us, and we are held by all of the US laws. So that's good for you because that brings you security as a consumer. So let's go back to the beginning and how this company all started. We are now over 5 years old, and we service pretty much clients in all 50 states, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and even parts of Asia, believe it or not, because they want to hire our SEO experts. So the company started because my brother and I were hiring from a third party. I'm not gonna bring it up, but they got very expensive. And the whole point of hiring a virtual assistant was to keep costs low. And when they raised the price, him and I kind of sat there and scratched our head and said, you know, I think we can do this ourselves, and I think we can do it better by providing some better trainings and things that we would look for in a virtual assistant. So lo and behold, we found a partner who was residing in the Philippines. She had high background in training, outsourcing, and overall she was a very good CEO. So naturally, we presented her with the opportunity to perhaps start this company with us. And she believed in us enough to make that jump of faith, join up with us, and for us, I believe the whole startup cost was $40,000, believe it or not. So some of these companies do not cost a lot to start up, but I promise you today we're making multiple seven figures, and it's amazing. Okay, fast forward, we got the agreement in place, we got the partners in place. We kind of had an idea of how much it was gonna cost. We ran a very simple business plan to see what our target goal was and how much money we wanted to make, and we set that as the goal to hit. And so with that $40,000 that we had initially invested, we went into hiring a sales team, an HR team, a training team, and of course, building out all the back-end modules so that we can streamline the process. And what really took us a long time and some of the biggest challenges was what was our standards, establishing what our standards were for the virtual assistant. Because we didn't want just anybody that you can grab off of Fiverr. We didn't want anybody that you can just grab off of Upwork. We wanted the best, high quality, creme de la creme of virtual assistants. So how do you do that? Well, you start by creating a very hard training program. And of the thousands of applicants that we receive each month, we have a very low pass rate. Why? Because we only want them if they can pass our tough curriculum. Because ultimately, the success of a virtual assistant is their ability to service and provide maximum value for you, the customer. And so their English has to be good. Their internet has to be good. Their grammar has to be good. Their skill sets has to be good. Now, of course, we don't train them on anything very specific, but we did start off with helping realtors, because guess what? My brother and I were realtors, and we knew what realtors lacked. We knew the business in and out, and so we knew how to create that perfect virtual assistant for the top producing realtor. And so we went through and we figured out what CRMs do they have to kind of get accustomed to? What are the scripts that they need to know when they're cold calling? How do we hold them accountable so that they're working even when you're out there on appointments, right? So we had to find a program to track and monitor their screens. I'm not sure our competitors are doing that. And so we went through and we built that out, and that was actually the hardest part. And so in year one, the company grew quite slow. We had a sales team and we were actually just doing all outbound. We didn't know anything about SEOs. We didn't know anything about Facebook ads, nothing about YouTube overlays. I mean, all the stuff that we're doing now that's bringing in a lot of business, we were doing the old school approach. Picking up the phone, calling realtors, picking up the phone, calling architects, picking up the phone and just trying to see if somebody is willing to hire a virtual assistant to help build their team at an affordable price and maximize profit. That was the simple business plan. And lo and behold, I don't have the actual numbers today, but we literally grew from 0 to about 40 to 50. It wasn't like we spiked, and today we have over 500 plus clients. But it was very slow, and I remember every day, every week on the sales team, I would say, look, we have to help 100 realtors this month. We have to get to 100 clients. And lo and behold, our sales team, our marketing team, which are all virtual, by the way, all in the Philippines, they crushed it, and we hit that goal. I'm living proof, right? The VA Hub is living proof that doesn't matter where they're from, talented people are everywhere, and if you take them, you believe in them, you hire them, and you put some trust into them, they can grow your business to multiple seven figure as well. So here's what I want you guys to take away with. End of the day, you can only go so far by yourself. You need a team, you need partners, you need people who will support you and help drive your goals and push your dreams, right? You can't do this alone. You can do some of it alone, but at the end of the day, you gotta hire people. You have to trust people. And I'm a big believer that you need to hire people in-house. I get that 100%, because that's where you can build true relationship. You can see the person, but not everybody has that kind of fund. It costs a lot of money to hire in the United States. And the cost of living here is much higher, so you have to pay them an exorbitant amount of money. Start off with a virtual assistant. You don't have to use my company. Use Upwork, start training, and in my videos, if you continue to watch and subscribe and answer some questions down in the comment sections, I will help you guys train them. I will help you guys see what to look for, how to hire the best virtual assistant to complement you and help grow your business. And that's really the key takeaway, guys. Learn to delegate. You only have 24 hours in the day. The moment you hire somebody, you now add 8 hours to your day, assuming you hire them for full time. So if you can hire 10 VAs at 8 hours, you done gained 80 hours that day. Imagine with the right guidance, the right structure, how much you can accomplish in a day. And that's the message. Go out there and hire somebody, guys. And I know we're in a recession, but right now, that's when you should go for a virtual assistant because they're cheaper. And yet, you have to work 3 to 4 times as hard to make the same amount of money that you made in 2020 and 2021. Now, we have a slogan at the VA Hub. It's called do more, work less. How do you do that? Well, you gotta hire virtual assistants so that they do more work and you can sit back and start looking at things from a bird's eye view. I like to think of it like this. When you're running a company solo, you're driving the car. You can only see what's in front and what's in back. But if there are multiple cars in the back, you can't see past it. But the moment you start hiring, you're in a helicopter, baby. And you can look down and you can see long and far and wide. And then that's how you should be navigating your guys' business. Hire people, trust them to work hard, and then look at them from a bird's eye view to make sure they're going in the right direction. So guys, that's my story. And I wanted to share that with you guys because honestly, if I can build a company with all virtual assistants, all people from remote countries, I think you guys can definitely utilize them and blow up your business too. Like and comment, guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you guys.